Alicia, and this is Coffee Talk 1111. So today I want to do a general twin flame reading. So how this is going to work is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay a spread for the divine feminine, and then I'm going to lay a spread for the divine masculine. And then we're going to pull some clarifiers. We're going to talk about it. Whatever it is that comes out is just going to come out. So if you guys are here today and you're seeing this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Anyway, let's jump into this. So, as always, I'm going to use the Souls on Fire. It's a pink deck. I'm going to have this represent the divine feminine. And then for the divine masculine, we're going to use the Rider-Waite. It's like a darker color deck. We're going to use this for the divine masculine. So, let's go ahead and start. This is a general reading. So, if you consider yourself to be the divine feminine, then this part's for you. Or if you're the divine masculine, then you're the divine masculine, and we'll talk about it. So let's just see what's going on with your connection. I hope everyone's doing well today. I'm definitely excited to jump into a reading. I didn't do any yesterday, and I just kind of felt like I needed to rest a little bit because I've been definitely doing a lot of readings lately. So I'm excited to see what comes out. Spirit, what is the current energy for the divine feminine, please? Oh, and also, I do not read reversals, and I will be referring to feminine as she, her, as like a feminine gender, but this is not gender fluid. There's a lot of male genders that are actually the feminine. This is all energy based. So, but for, I don't mean anything by it at all, but I just want to, clarify that. And then the masculine, I will sometimes refer to as he or, him or something like that. But, take this however, if you're a female gender, and you're a masculine, then just know that I might be referring to the masculine energy as he or him. But it's perfectly fine, of course, to be a female gender. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this. I hope that you are all doing great. So for the current energy, we have the Five of Swords. I'm sorry, the Five of Wands. Why did I say swords? Oh, it is swords. I'm tripping. I don't know what that was about. Let's see. Then we have the Fool. We're going to lay this out and then we're going to talk about it. The Four of Swords. So for the current energy, it's like right now, it's like somebody had kind of went inside and, no, I'm getting more like there was a conflict. I'm sorry. Let me backtrack. There was a conflict that had happened in the past, or even like since it's current energy, there may be a conflict going on, and the divine feminine wants to take a leap of faith, but is really going within and thinking about it. It's kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, and kind of like, so in this deck we have this card right here. It's raising consciousness, right? And I love this because it's like going within and doing the healing work and like really diving in and doing that work of the twin flame connection. And then we have the Ten of Wands. So it's like a burden or a responsibility or just something that was heavy. Then the Ace of Swords. Okay. Aces to me are always confirmation. And then we have the Hangman. Okay. Okay, so what I'm seeing so far on the divine feminine, we're going to move these over a little bit actually. What I'm seeing on the divine feminine side is that there was some kind of sort of conflict. This doesn't necessarily mean there was conflict in the physical, but there could have been like inner conflict. Or it could have been, a conflict with somebody. Yeah. Or it could have been a conflict with somebody, but somebody had definitely, the divine feminine definitely had went within after a conflict and was working on doing a lot of healing. I see a lot of healing being taken place with this raising consciousness. And it was very hard. I think that in this case, it was like really like carrying burdens, and like there was just like a sense of responsibility involving this connection, to where it was really hard, like to learn lessons, to do shadow work and things like that, and to really like learn to let go and surrender, eventually surrender after healing. That's what I'm getting with this Ace of Swords and this Hangman. It was like a lot of work to get to the point in order to surrender. And yeah, it was like, maybe even after surrendering, it was still hard. Like maybe it's like discovering that there's still, yeah, there's still like a lot of work that needs to be done on the healing side. And it's like, I'm seeing that the Divine Feminine had this vision. It was like a vision with the Seven of Cups. It was like having a vision of the future. And this vision didn't necessarily happen. Yeah, it's like this vision didn't necessarily happen. And maybe the Divine Feminine in a way was like, with the Seven of Swords, for example, it's like, I know that card is like a conflict, and it's, but to me, like looking at that card, it always reminds me of someone like walking away. So it's like the Divine Feminine is trying to change their vision, is what I see, of how they view this connection. Let me ask, what is the Fool, please, in the current energy? What is the Fool, please, for the Divine Feminine? Three of Pentacles. Let's see, what else? Yeah. And the Sun. So yeah, the Divine Feminine in the current energy is like, putting in that work and wanting to put in that work on themselves. And I think that, earlier today, actually, I had, so there's this group on Facebook that I follow. It's actually a Twin Flame Journey Facebook group. And one thing, like I had seen a post this morning that I had commented on. And it was like asking like, is it harder to follow this group and follow other people, or hear other people that post in this group? Because some people that's on this journey is like just starting this journey, or just meeting their twin flame in the 3D, right? And when we first meet our twin flames in the 3D, it's like the energy can be so strong, but because we're so used to living in a 3D, it's like we take it automatically as like a romantic attraction, right? And we don't really understand when we first get into the twin flame journey that the twin flame is not somebody brought into our life. We have to, it's like the twin flame is brought into our life to help us heal and to help us to get on our path, right? I don't know if, if you're watching this video, it's possible that you feel that you have met your twin flame, and I'm sure you have. And, but there's a reason why the twin flame was brought into our lives. And a lot of time the twin flame is brought into our lives when our life is kind of like we're going through something emotional, or we're trying to find ourselves, or there's like a very significant like synchronicity that we may not even see at first, to when the timing of which our twin had came to our lives. But our twin does come into our lives to really wake us up and get our attention. As you see, the raising consciousness, it's to really get our attention and to put us kind of like on our path, because we're needed, as a part of the collective. It is our journey to like really, help raise the vibrations and help awaken others. And the twin flame community, for example, is very connected. It's very connected, and there's not everybody's going to meet their twin in this life, but I do believe that right now a lot of more people are learning and meeting their twin in the physical 3D realm. And I think that it is that time. I really do. I believe that right now a lot more twins are meeting in the physical. And I believe that it's very dire right now that we do this work, because there's going to be a time where, you know, it's all a part of the mission. And doing that work is going to help us really get into that mission. Some of us are meant to be in physical, relations and love with our twin, but some of us just aren't. And I know that that's hard to hear, because especially when you're first starting into this journey, it's really hard to understand and to hear that, it's a possibility that I'm really not meant to be with this person that I just truly love. Like, it's so different. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, it's so special. And it's like, a lot of twins actually go through a little bit of obsession even, because it's so different. The connection's just so different, and it's undeniable, right? But it's like, we need to heal, right? First you need to heal. And it's like really starts with shadow work. And I think that, speaking on this reading right here, for example, I'm sorry that was long-winded, but I'm speaking on the divine feminine right here. I'm seeing that there was definitely a conflict that had happened. And it may be that the divine masculine may have ran, or, is not open to this connection yet. But we don't know yet, because I haven't pulled the cards, but for the masculine. But like, as far as I'm seeing right here with the divine feminine, and if you're watching this video, I believe that there may be something here that resonates, because whether you want to accept it or not, like, a lot of times we're in resistance, and the more that we resist the healing, that's what makes that twin flame journey hard. And you hear that so much, like, it's not easy, it's just not easy, it's hard, and I wish I never met this person. And that's resistance, because once you accept it and you start to like really do that work, yeah, that work can be challenging. But when you surrender, not necessarily even to the twin flame journey, but you surrender to yourself and you surrender to the guidance of the universe, it makes things go easier. So that's kind of is what we're seeing here in the divine feminine reading right here. So but yeah, it's like a resistance of, in the near future, there's going to be okay, I guess I got to surrender, and not fully being open to that possibility, and maybe even envisioning, if I surrender and I go through this hardship, that my divine masculine is just going to automatically come back. Well, I'm here to tell you that just because you do the work and you heal and you surrender, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're coming back. And I know that's so hard to hear. I don't know if that's the case right here, because we haven't got to that point yet. Like, I still have more clarifying, but we still have to do the masculine's reading, which we're actually about to jump into. But yeah, we're going to jump into the masculine, because we're going to see what's going on. Spirit, what is the current energy, please, for the divine masculine? The Seven of Wands. Let's see what else. Oh, we have two. With the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. Let's see. The Temperance. The Four of Swords. The Nine of Wands. Sorry, I almost said the Six. And the Page of Swords. So, let's talk about it. So, in the current energies, let's see here. We have the Seven of Wands, Four of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. It's almost like a decision. I think that the masculine, for what I see so far, is that currently the masculine is really trying to determine if it's worth, like, what it would be. What is it to bring? Like, who do they need to bring, or do they need to bring others? They feel kind of like they need to bring someone else to the table. Maybe fighting, there may be a codependency type of thing even. Well, we're going to see with the Temperance. What I'm seeing, is, hold on one second. What do we have for the Three of Cups, please? Two of Wands. Okay. I think that, I do see like a conflict, and in the past, like you had, or the Divine Feminine had, there was a conflict in both parts, right? And a decision had to be made, right? Which I feel like they didn't understand how much this was going to affect them, right? Maybe you guys did work together. Maybe there was like, there was something definitely involving, like stability or security, right? And maybe it's like, because we have the Three of Cups and the Two of Wands, so it's like a collaboration. They discovered this collaboration, right? So I think that they didn't really understand that there was like a lot of stability in this connection until someone had left. And then they have the Fool, like you have over here. So it's like a lot of the same energies, really. I think this like kind of discovering. Yeah. I think right now, I'm not saying that this is their actions. This is more of their energy. So their energy is a lot of like what they're thinking of, what they're feeling currently, right? It's not necessarily, we do have the Fool, which is a leap of faith. So what I'm seeing in the current energy is there was a completion. They thought there was a completion in the past. And in this connection, they thought that they needed to walk away. That's what I'm seeing. They were resisting. It was like a resistance, which also they lost a lot of their stability. I think that there was a sense of stability and teamwork here on some sorts, because we know that the twin flame journey is a lot about mission. And I think that they discovered that. They definitely discovered what you brought to them, it seems to me. Like what's kind of security that you gave them, like it was like it's like really, it really is discovering what it is that you brought in and how you made them feel in a lot of ways. And then they're thinking about a leap of faith. And then with the Two of Pentacles, it's like, it's almost like a coming forward to me and offering something. But this happened because, we have the Temperance card, which is, higher consciousness. It's emotionally balanced. It's, really feeling the energy and kind of like, it's like being enlightened for like their feelings. Yeah, the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is like synchronicities even. So it's like Spirit has definitely, it seems to me that Spirit has definitely been working with them. It's possible that even, they had met a karmic or something along them lines that really did help them see this connection truly, which sometimes, that has to happen. Yeah. And it was like I'm getting the confirmation for sure that it's possible that they had met someone else or teamed up with somebody else, and they realized that they couldn't fill your shoes, and that offer was so small with them. Yeah, Ace of Cups, that's confirmation of what I'm saying. So they chose to go in a different direction than this connection, right? And they realized that it didn't give them that stability and that security that the feminine had given them. Yeah, the Three of Wands is a lot about preparing. So in order to prepare for them, they like you had went inside with the Four of Swords, or not like you if you're the Divine Feminine, but like the Divine Feminine, it was a lot of resting and retreating. So right now it looks to me that it's, you guys definitely are both kind of like going within right now. It's a lot of like going within right now for the both of you. I think that the masculine may be one step behind. Yeah, and there's the Eight of Wands, which is like a fast moving energy. And the Eight of Pentacles. So I think that right now they're like really like, man, I gotta hurry up and put in this work on myself. It's like they're being driven. Like Spirit is definitely driving them to do work on themselves and like make this happen fast. Like they're like being driven to like really look at their wounds and blocks. Yeah. In order to have total fulfillment, you know? And then it's like they have the Two of Wands, so it's like trying to make a balanced, emotionally balanced decision. And it's like they're worried about the Five of Pentacles. But with the Five of Pentacles, it's like, it's almost like putting heartache on ourselves, right? It's like, it feels so, the Five of Pentacles to me feels like so much ego. Because in this card, you have the two people who are outside in the cold, and there's like a church right there that they can just go in and they can get warm, right? So I always take this card. And it's almost like, to me, it's like, all you got to do is come forward. And you know that. All you got to do is speak up. All you got to do is, you know, follow your heart. And you know what your heart's saying. It's like having that clarity, but not taking them action. It's like kind of ego-ish to me. Yeah. And there's going to be an end to that with the Tower. You know, there's definitely going to be an end to that. And then there's going to be hope and renewal with the Star. So I am seeing that in the future energies that they're definitely going to get out of their head. And they're going to, like, they're realizing for sure what fulfills them with this Knight of Cups. And they're like balancing this, like they're kind of going in their head with the Two of Pentacles. It's like a lot of like going back and forth in your head, right? And Spirit is like, what are you doing? Like Spirit is coming in and is like really moving the Divine Masculine. Like, what are you doing? You know, all you got to do is let go of this ego, let go of your pride, come forward, talk. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, in the Sun. So we have a hope and renewal in the Sun, which is happiness. So it's like, they know, Divine Masculine knows that all they got to do is let their ego go, come forward and speak their truth, because it's going to lead to their happiness. And then we have the Knight of Wands and the Five of Cups. So this is really speaking on like feeling a loss. It's like making movement, but feeling a loss. And then two cards just popped out. We have the Seven of Swords and the Justice card. So it feels like an energy of really being in their head. It's what it feels like to me. It's a lot of being in their head. So it's like, you have like, okay, I'm going to take movement. And it may be because they feel the loss and they feel regret. And there may have been some deception. And like, or like maybe they deceived the counterpart, like the Divine Feminine. And they're realizing that with the Justice card. Maybe they're realizing what went wrong. Or maybe they're realizing that they did wrong. And they're realizing that. That's kind of like I realized my part in this and what I did. What do we have for the Justice card, please? Yeah, and it's been hard. Like, I think, like, with the Ten of Wands, it's like, they're carrying their truth. Possibly even deceiving themselves. And not wanting to believe or like, see, possibly. Like, they've been avoiding this. They've been avoiding the truth that they had created this pain on themselves. And they're definitely going to be seeing it. We have the 10 of Cups. So they're definitely coming out of that. And I think they're seeing what they did and the part that they played. Whether that was walking away or lying or deceiving, And then we see the Page of Swords. Let's see, what else do we have with the Page of Swords? We have the Knight of Swords. So it's like, to me, this is like somebody's really like going and like isolating themselves in order to have like the courage to go forward and to make a move towards the Queen of Cups, possibly, which is like, or just using intuition. It's like somebody's going within, like the Divine Masculine is kind of going within now after realizing this truth of possibly the part that they played in this connection. And it's like they're going within right now. So we have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is like very like clear thinking and smart, very like logical thinking, right? So the Divine Masculine right now is really thinking about how to surrender to this as well, and to stop fighting the feelings that they're, and the messages, even the feelings and the messages that they are receiving. Yeah, because it's like surrendering to the conflict that's going on in their minds of the back and forth thinking. Let's see here. Yeah, surrendering the conflict in order to have the Two of Cups, which is, it's like surrendering to the fact that they want a connection with you or with the Divine Feminine, and they have to really drop that. They have to really drop that is what I'm seeing. Yeah. All right, let's go back over here to the Feminine. So like I said, with the Feminine, this was definitely a conflict that happened after, I feel like after somebody had made a move. The Feminine may have made a move, wanting to work on this, even, is what I'm seeing. And this caused a have to go within. Like there was, like I said, let's clarify the Sun, please. What happened from the Sun? So it was like, this is definitely a situation to where the Divine Feminine, somebody had walked away and there was a conflict, but it definitely caused the Divine Feminine to go within, because then we even had the Temperance. So yeah, and do the work on themselves. What do we have for the Divine Feminine, please? Yeah, and then showing up in their own reading, the Empress, which is the Divine Feminine. So yeah, it was like definitely going within. And then with the Four of Swords, let's see. What do we have for the Four of Swords, please? For the Divine Feminine. The King of Pentacles. So it was like going within and like really seeing like what it was that the Divine Feminine valued. Looking at like, possibly looking at just like what it was that they wanted. Yeah, not really. It's like wanting to be very closed off and alone. But it was like that caused, it was like seeing what it was that they valued and realizing kind of that this relationship, like this Divine Masculine, wasn't giving them what it was that they needed at the time, because maybe the Divine Masculine, for what I see, may have been really focused on like their stability and their security, maybe like working a lot. And then the Chariot. So it was like, regardless of knowing this, the Divine Feminine wanted to do the work. And I feel like it's like this, like I said earlier, it's like this rush to like kind of heal and, like maybe read a lot, even like books and talked to different people in a twin flame community. And they thought that, okay, well, if I hurry up and heal and I do this work on myself, that's going to cause the masculine to do their work, which is true in some ways. But it's like a rushing and almost like a faking. I'm sure that the Divine Feminine did a lot of work. But it's almost like we cannot fake the process, right? So it's like thinking, oh man, look, I'm doing all this work, I'm healing really hard, like I'm doing everything, and I want to surrender, because it's like this feeling that the faster with the Chariot, the faster that I heal and I come in emotionally balanced within myself, then that's going to bring back this twin. What else do we have for the Chariot? Yeah, and so that work was done, right? That work was done. What about raising consciousness? Yeah, and we have the Ten of Swords. So it was like the more that the feminine, the divine feminine, had worked more with spirit and healing and shadow work and all them things, the more that the divine feminine had realized that this connection isn't necessarily meant to be together. And not saying that it's not, but let's see. The Ten of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Three of Swords. So it's possible that with pain comes healing, right? With pain comes healing. And it comes like, it was like the divine feminine, because we have the Ten of Swords and then the Ten of Cups, right? So it's like with pain, lessons were learned, and it was like almost like a sense of peace, right? That the divine feminine feel. This can be in the near future, but like there's a sense of peace, right, after going through the pain. And then we have the King of Wands, which could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and the Three of Swords. So it is possible that there's some sort of a third party. Third party is not always a relationship. Third party can be work. Third party can be like not focusing so much on this connection, right? Or it can be someone else. Ten of Wands or Nine of Wands. So it was like, what do you have for the Nine of Wands? Queen of Cups. So it could be that somebody started giving their love in another direction and less so focused on this connection, right? It could be either, yeah, and it was like trying to escape. It was almost like not necessarily giving their love to someone else, but it was almost like trying to stay busy and stay occupied to the point where they're not thinking about this twin flame connection. And, feeling that was a sense of healing. It was like, oh, well, I'm not focusing so much on it, but even though we know if this is a true twin flame, there's no like not thinking about them. But like, it was like trying to stay busy and escape from the feelings almost, and the love that the divine feminine had, and like really trying to put up a facade almost just to get by, just to get by in life. You know what I'm saying? And calling that healing. Yeah, and it was very conflicting, like in their head. It was very conflicting. But there is going to be a judgment. So yeah, it's like somebody really tried to somebody really did try to like block out their feelings. And I feel like it's the divine feminine. And I think that it's like, if you're the divine feminine, you're probably like looking at the screen like, no, I didn't. I can't stop thinking about this person, and I can't stop obsessing. Like I said, that not obsessing, like, but like, I can't stop thinking about them. They're always in my head. But, there always are going to be in your head. But it's like, once you get past the point of like, they're always going to be there and they're always going to exist inside of you, you're going to stop mentally like trying to force yourself to stop thinking about them, right? And you're going to just like wish them well, right? And because right now I see right here with the Ten of Wands, it's like carrying a large burden. It's like, it's really hard, like, to spend every day like, man, like, what are they doing? Like, Why ain't they coming back? I'm doing the work. And I think that that's a lot. I think it's a lot. And I think it's like thinking that I'm healed, thinking that I've surrendered for the divine feminine, but not being there all the way. Yeah, because with the moon, it's like hiding your emotions, hiding your feelings. And it's not really being truthful and honest and authentic, right? Because part of the journey is to learn to be authentic. And that includes with our feelings and our emotions. Yeah, and it's confirmation with the Ace of Cups. So, that's really is saying that if you become real with what it is that you feel. Don't just try to block it out and be like, you know what, I'm good, I'm okay, everything's great. If you're not really great and you're not really okay, because if you feel them emotions, if you're the divine feminine, if you feel them emotions and you learn from those emotions, you're like, okay, why am I so upset? Why do I feel that I need this person? Why do I feel that, like, angry even, that this person has left me, abandoned me, right? It's part ways of that too. Yeah, and start really doing the work on forgiveness. We have the Three of Cups, so it's like creating your own life. It's like Three of Cups is very much about like community, support, friendships. But it's like getting out there and getting out of your comfort zone. Working on your own life and like continuing forward. And then we have the Devil. So yeah, it's like put an end to that so that you can have a new beginning. Page of Cups. Yeah, and then you'll have an offer of love come in. That's really what I'm seeing. There is going to be an offer of love. Is this going to be your twin? I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Then we have the Ace of Swords. So it's like, in the near future, there's going to definitely be like, I gotta surrender. I gotta let go of the vision that I had, and I gotta walk away from this. I got to walk away from this. And then we have the Hierophant. So it's like traditions, beliefs, spiritual beliefs even. And kind of like, there's going to be a little bit of juggling and going back and forth on this. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Death card. Let's see. The Death and the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Cups. Okay, so there's going to be an end to the conflicting mentality of, what should I do? What should I do? Like, what's the next moves? Why ain't they coming back? And worrying so much about what the divine masculine is doing and not doing. And when that happens, there's definitely going to be the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. So, I said the Ten of Cups. Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. So, we're seeing nines, right? So, it's definitely going to be success in that. What's going to happen after that, Spirit? And then the Queen of Pentacles. So it's like bossing up and focusing. It's like very much focusing on yourself and self-love. Yeah. And it's taking action on what it is that, makes you happy. And you're going to fight for what it is that you're supposed to do. And do all the work on yourself and work hard. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of success in that. Okay. So this is just current energy. So like I said, it's definitely, I see right now that the divine feminine is so worried. Is so worried about where they stand with the divine masculine. There's a lot of worry here about what the masculine's doing. Why ain't they coming in? Like, feeling like this is definitely like more chaser energy. But like, when are they coming in? What are they doing? Are they talking to somebody else? Really worrying about them type of things, right? but then like distracting themselves at the same time, like, yeah, I'm healing and I'm surrendering and, I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do by the book, and having a hard time really tapping into intuition and to spirit, because I'm not really seeing a lot of spirit cards until you get to the near future. And it's like, currently it's like you might think that you're doing what your intuition is telling you to do, or you might think that you're healing, or you might think that you're doing the work, right? And you could be, but there's still something there missing. And I think that that's really surrendering for real. After, I think right now it's like what the divine feminine may call surrendering is actually the healing, because we have to heal in order to surrender. So I think it's a lot of the healing process, right? And it's like a mental, like, it's like a mental kind of like confusion and illusion almost. But there is going to be an end to that in the future. And there is going to be an actual surrender of, you know what, I have to let go and trust in the process in the universe, and not worry if the divine masculine is with somebody else, or if they're doing the work or whatever. It's going to be a letting go of that. And that's going to lead to success. This can lead to the divine masculine coming back. Let's see. The Knight of Cups. So there is going to be an offer of love. Somebody's going to come in and be like offering their cup, for sure. The Emperor. The divine masculine just showed up. So once the feminine really lets go, really gets through this healing that the divine feminine is going through right now, there is going to be an offer of love once they let go and focus more so on their life. Now, the divine masculine over here is definitely going through the healing as well. There's a lot of healing because there's a lot of the same current energies, right? Right now, I think that spirit is showing them the synchronicities, right? I think that masculine may be like one or half a step behind on the divine feminine, right? But see, like the divine feminine been seeing the synchronicities. They've been seeing the angel numbers. They've been feeling this connection. And then you got the divine masculine who is like really maybe focused on work or stability or, these different things in life. But it's like they're definitely now at the point where they're like, dang, like the feminine was super, like that person was super like special. This is what they meant by when they said X, Y, and Z. Or like they may be even diving into what is twin flame. Like, what is it? Like maybe you had, the divine feminine had mentioned it before. Or maybe spirit is just like showing them even it. Like, look this up. Like, look at twin flame. Like, or they're feeling the longing and the missing, right? So they're kind of going through them first kind of like recognizing the connection stage, right? Which is going to lead to a lot of going within, which is something that, because you have the going within up here, which is like, the feminine was already did that, right? Already went within. The divine masculine's about to do that. The divine masculine's about to go within and really look at like, dang, I need to make some changes, or I need to figure out how I want to go about this, or if this is really something that I want to pursue. And oh my gosh, like kind of piecing it all together, right? So the divine masculine is going to do that, and they're going to get out of their head eventually. This is in the near future. They're going to get out of their head, and they're going to want to ultimately make an offer. So what we're going to do now is I want to go ahead and I want to pull a past, present, and future for the connection and the union as a whole. By the way, if you guys are still watching this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and like this video. I appreciate that. Let me go ahead and shuffle these actually. I love these cards for some reason. I'm always drawn to them, so. But yeah, I mean, I when I first started learning about twin flames, for example, right? I definitely did connect with the community because I had no idea. You know, I read a lot of books, and I just wanted to soak in like all the information that was out there, right? Because I knew that what I was experiencing was super different than anything that I had ever been through in my life. And it was like my life had changed so much overnight, and it was like very overwhelming. And I didn't know like how to handle it, right? And um, a lot of like the wounds and cycles from the past were like creeping up, right? And it was like, dang, like, why? It's like everything that you ever believed in or ever valued before, or anything that you ever seen in a romantic partner, it's like it all changes, right? And it's like an instant driven connection that you just cannot, like, there's nothing you can do. You know, there's nothing you can do, and you can't stop it no matter how hard you try. And even after, like, you know, when you go through that separation phase, it's like you may have been somebody who was like, yo, it's so easy for me, I could walk away, it ain't no big deal. You may have always been that type of person, but then it's like you meet your twin, and it's like, I can't stop thinking about this person no matter how hard I try. You know, but it always, and it's like, there's just so many, I don't know, it's like so many people that I've noticed. And there's no judgment here because I've been there, but like, there's so many people who believe that, oh, this is my person and this is the only person I'm supposed to be with. Well, you don't really know that. And it's like, sometimes, like, we meet this person, but then we still have other things that we're supposed to do. And, you know, it may come in the form of more karmics coming in or more soulmates coming in, and, you know, finding love or getting married and having kids or whatever else with other people. But it's all still lessons, and it all still helps us grow into better people. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to go ahead. I'm not trying to be discouraging at all. Like, you know, at the end of the day, like, always, everyone's experience is different. Everyone's experience is different. And if you have a deep longing inside of you, that's like, I'm going to be with this person and I know it, then follow that. But also look and heal anything. Like, as far as, like, if you do all the work and you've never been a codependent person, or you've never been, like, a possessive person or anything like that, or had, like, attachment issues or anything like that, then I think that there is a possibility. But let's go ahead and, Spirit, what is the past energy, please, for this divine twin flame connection, please? What is the past energy? We got the Knight of Wands. So it was like, that's like when you're first meeting, and I'm sorry if my camera just shake. It's like kind of on my table, but it's like when you're first meeting and like that energy is there. Yeah, the Star. So there was like a lot of hope. Yeah, and balance. So it's like in this connection, there was a lot of like, it was a lot of like being in that energy. Like when you first meet the twin, it's like that feeling of like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that feeling of like, whoa, what happened from that? And then there was like a leap of faith also in the past. And then the Queen of Wands. So it was like somebody, it was like, once again, it was like that vibrant energy and taking a leap of faith. And see here. And then then we have the Eight of Cups and the Five of Cups. So this is like a loss and a regret after somebody took action with the Fool card. Somebody took a leap of faith, feeling that energy and be like, damn, I love this person and I gotta jump, right? I gotta jump. I gotta tell them how I feel. I gotta tell them about the twin flame connection, or however that looked, right? Someone kind of came in too strong, right? and that caused like someone to want to escape, or you was disappointed. Somebody was disappointed and there was a loss. So that's your past energy. Spirit, what do we have for the current energy for the twin flame connection? There's some second guessing with the Four of Cups. What else do we have for the Four of Cups in the current energy? And then there's the King of Pentacles. So it's like, King of Pentacles is like second guessing if, like, to come in and offer like love and like their all. Like, do I want to really give my all to this connection? And there's some conflicting energies and a burden. So it's like being in your head about the next moves and like, what am I supposed to do from here? Or after this loss that was experienced, it's like it's like hard. It's like hard to kind of like comprehend, or like to be like, dang, what happens now? Or like, it looks like there's like some anger even. Yeah. And then we have the Five of Swords. So it's like definitely conflict and like disappointments, and you know what I'm saying, like currently. So it's like when you go from like some really great cards in the past to where it's like, man, like I feel this connection so strong, and like there's like, I have hope, and there's like this strong energy in the past, to like making this leap of faith, right? Like somebody really jumped in on this, and because they felt that energy and they felt it, and it caused somebody to walk away, and it caused a lot of pain. And I think that, you know, in the current energy, it's like, okay, this person done walked away and I was hurt. And I think that it's like, really is second guessing if this is ever going to come back. And I think that it's like a battle of the minds. And it's like a battle of the mind right now. And then we have the World card and the King of Cups. So this is like a lot about finding an emotional balance, and trying to complete a cycle. It's like trying to complete a cycle. And then we have the King of Swords. So this is like trying to think clearly. So like a lot of times on the twin flame journey, well, let me go ahead. I want to go ahead and do the future energies, and then I'll go back and say what I wanted to say or whatever. But we have some cards that are flipped all crazy. Hold on, y'all. Okay. What is the future energies, please, for this divine feminine, divine masculine twin flame connection? The Three of Pentacles. So it's teamwork and collaboration. And then we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is like working together. What else do we have for the future? The Knight of Wands is like really like, it's like movement. It's like movement and kind of being like stuck. It's almost like, it's like movement, but it's also like stuck energy in a way. So it's like possibly like in the future, it's like wanting that teamwork and that collaboration, and like really being kind of like yeah, this is what it's going to be. The Eight of Swords. So it's like isolation and alone. So let's see. So we have a lot of teamwork and working together. And this is the future, so let me see, what else do we have? And a decision. What else do we have, please? Hold on, y'all. Queen of Swords. Let me pull two more cards and then we're going to talk about it. I want to get a clear understanding. Okay. So in the near future, I'm seeing that there's definitely a teamwork and a collaboration in the near future. And somebody is closed off to like this possibility and not really using their intuition in the future, right? So somebody could like really start another connection or a relationship. And yeah, we have the Three of Swords and the King of Wands. So it's like somebody could really start another relationship trying to kind of like forget about this connection, right? And they're like closed off. It's like they're closed off to the possibilities, and like they're in their intuition, like they're just like putting up these blocks. But I do see a set, like with the Seven of Swords and the Three of Cups, it's kind of like walking away from like, again, like a teamwork or something along them lines. We're gonna see. I'm feeling, let me just pull some cards. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, discovering, the Chariot, the Hermit, and the High Priest. Okay, so let's talk about it. All right, so somebody walks away from like has a choice to make. Someone has a choice to make, right? And they really do go within and try to make like a solid, stable decision, right? And they decide to walk away from a possible teamwork or a collaboration, or they could be just walking away from a third party. So it's like someone walks away, and I'm seeing this King of Wands, so this could be a fire sign, walks away from a third party situation, right? In order to have, it's like they feel that this might be like for something else that they feel would be successful and bring them like success and stability in a way. So it's like, then we have with the Chariot and the Hermit, it's like someone's really thinking about, and with the High Priestess, somebody is really thinking about how to come forward and what would be the best thing for them, right? So somebody's really questioning a third party, and really questioning the third party, and really questioning if they should walk away for something that's more fulfilling for them. For the Two of Cups, which is attraction, partnership. And then we have the Moon. So it's like they're becoming clear about their feelings for whoever this relates to. This could be either for you or your divine counterpart. Somebody is really coming clear with their feelings for a person. And then there's going to be a judgment. What's the judgment, please? The Emperor and the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is it's an escaping. It's an escaping or a transition. And the Emperor is divine masculine. What else do we have for the Emperor? Let's see. The Six of Wands. So the Emperor is the divine masculine, is going to come forward and make an offer after really like going within and seeing what it is that they want. They're going to walk away from a third party, I'm seeing. Somebody who they thought would make them happy, and they thought that this was going to bring them success, but I think that they're seeing that it's not, because their values changed. And we have the Three of Wands, so they're very much preparing. Yeah, to end something with the Tower. They're preparing for an ending right now. The Knight of Wands. So it's like, I think that they're like really like thinking this through. And the page of cups. They're thinking about how to come forward and make like an offer. Because they want the Nine of Pentacles, which is success. So it's like they're seeing the synchronicities, definitely. Alright, y'all. Let's go ahead and I want to pull a card for the advice. Or, not this one. I'm sorry. We're going to use the angels in sync deck. What is the advice, please? What is the advice? Believe. So if you're watching this video, you got to believe. Keep your faith. But also, I think it's important to work on yourself. It's important to work on yourself. Because you will have victory. I can never say this word, so I'm going to go ahead and put up there. You're going to have victory. So you just got to overcome and keep pushing on and believe in this. So, you know, just keep pushing on, looking at your own life right now, because, you know, your counterpart is definitely going to wake up to this and is waking up to this, and they're going to come forward, but it's going to be when the timing is right. But anyway, this is what I have for you guys. I hope you guys like this reading. If you made it to the end, like I said, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.